We're going to go live to Caulfield now, and joining me is the Deputy Liberal Leader, David Southwick. David, it's at the moment neck and neck in Caulfield. It hasn't really been the night you would have been hoping for to this point.
Yeah, look, you're absolutely right. We've had a pretty hard-fought campaign, obviously, across the state, and also we've been slugging it out here in Caulfield. Caulfield's one of those seats that has very much reliant on the postal vote, so actually where we're at the moment is probably okay, considering we've still got 10,000 postal votes that will come in later, of which 5,000 votes still haven't been received. So Caulfield does tend to rely very heavily on 60% of those votes that are either postal vote or early voting, and we have the highest postal voting in the state. But you're right, like we would have expected a lot better across the state. Still early to tell in terms of where things are at, but yeah, it's been a hard slog.
Would you, in hindsight, concede that there should have been more differentiation with Labor earlier?
Look, it's we have to sit down and have a proper look at things in terms of where things finally kind of play out. I mean, I've never quite seen a campaign like this that's really got into gutter politics, particularly in the last week. It really got dirty. I mean, Andrews threw everything at us. Again, locally we saw that the Nazi term just vanished around like it was confetti. I mean, just appalling, some of the name calling. And I think Victorians are over that, regardless of the result at the end of tonight. People want better politics. People want more from their politicians. They don't want this kind of stuff. They want good policy. They want a better Victoria. And we've got a lot of healing to be done. And whoever gets the good fortune of being able to govern after tonight, there's got to be a lot better from our politicians. To be quite frank, the kind of lies and stuff that we saw, I mean, we saw a truck being driven around our electorate of Caulfield, as to many other parts of the state, talking about we were going to bring back fracking and all kinds of things that Andrews would roll out in that last week, a desperate element of it. And, maybe we as Liberals don't necessarily go and respond in the same manner. But, for me, that's not my politics. I just want better, and I think we've got to do a lot better. Victorians are sick of it. I was down at the booth today, and a third of people are not engaged at all with politics. They had no idea what they were going to do. And to me, that seems something that's pretty loud and clear, that we've all got to do a lot better.
It must be frustrating to you, though, for a Premier who you believe is on the nose, and yet you haven't been able to capitalise more effectively, David.
Yeah, look, we're all really disappointed. I mean, this is the worst Premier that this state's ever seen. He's the most divisive Premier. People are really angry. Victoria is just, in such a bad state at the moment. We've got so much work to do to rebuild our great state. And we've got a Premier that shows no leadership. And if he gets the good fortune of being able to govern after this election result, he's got to change his attitude. He's got to change the way he governs, because, quite frankly, he's divided people. He's angered people. And if you don't like him, he buries you. And people are sick of that kind of thing. He might be, at the moment, look like he's more popular in terms of what the vote is. I'm not sure whether that's because of his style of politics. I don't know why. But quite frankly, we have a divided state at the moment. We are behind every other state by every measure, whether it's economic, whether it's living standards, whether it's been just over quality, whether it's been people coming to our great state. We were the world's most liberal city. We've lost all of that. The only way we're going to be able to get that is to build confidence back, and that is certainly something that we don't have at the moment, and we haven't had that under Daniel Andrews for the last 4 years.